Why are you the way that you are? Honestly, every time I try to do something fun or exciting, you make it not that way. I hate so much about the things that you choose to be.
We've all been there. We've all had bad coaches who did more harm than good. Coaching isn't easy. It requires an awareness of both yourself and the person you're coaching. When you coach effectively, you're able to get outside your own head and into someone else's. This is where adaptive coaching comes in. Adaptive coaching involves adapting your coaching style to meet the unique needs of coachees and the specific challenges and opportunities they face. There are two factors to adaptive coaching: inside out and outside in. Inside out requires an understanding of the subjective or inner side of a human being's realities and involves skillfully working with the coachee's imagination, emotion, aspiration, and meaning making as represented in their language and images. Outside in requires an ability to accurately collect and interpret the objective or outer side of human behavior and communication. This involves skillfully working with data, assessments, 360-degree feedback, interviews, work products and performance appraisals, and first-hand observations. Before we go too much farther, let's discuss the issue of coachability. To coach or not to coach? That is the question. Not everyone is coachable, and not everyone has the same level of coachability. In this instance, we have a scale of C0, not at all coachable, to C6, highly coachable. Have you ever encountered someone who isn't coachable? What impact does a person's level of coachability have on their ability to coach successfully? If you haven't already been coaching a particular person, there may be some resistance. So the first step is to start building the relationship. We use the trust equation. The trust equation is trust equals credibility plus reliability plus intimacy divided by self-focus. In this case, intimacy is the depth of the relationship. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, if your coachee thinks your credibility is an 8, your reliability is a 9, and he doesn't know you very well, so let's put intimacy at 4. Now, your coachee doesn't think you're overly self-focused, so let's give you a 4 on that. That gives us a 5.25. If, however, the coachee thinks you're a jerk and gives you an 8, we've got a 2.6. Not a great start. The lower the self-focus, also known as being in your own head, the higher the level of trust. One of the best ways to build the coaching relationship is to adapt to your coachee's preferences. Coaching preferences center around 3 areas of focus. How do you want to be coached? Do you want my advice, or would you prefer to bounce some ideas around? When do you want to be coached? Would you like to meet on a regular basis, or would you prefer to come to me when you need me? What do you want to be coached on? Should we just focus on the task at hand, or are there other things you'd like to talk about? Let's dig a little deeper. Directive coaching is just what it sounds like and includes statements like, let me show you how. It's better if, you should, or you shouldn't. This type of coaching is effective when the coach has more knowledge, time is limited, the coach is responsible for improvements, or the coach sees a need. Non-directive coaching, on the other hand, is more Socratic and requires greater listening skills. A non-directive approach asks questions like, what's the problem? How do you think you did? How would you approach the problem? This type of coaching is effective when the coachee has a high skill level, time isn't a factor, and/or the coachee is responsible for improvements. Now let's look at the when of coaching. If coaching is being treated as an ongoing developmental activity, it's programmatic. If coaching is in response to a specific circumstance, event, observation, or need, it's circumstantial. Finally, the what of coaching centers on whether there are specific concerns or if overall development is the goal. Use specific coaching when you're focusing on specific skills, tasks, or issues. There is a short-term focus, or the intent is to improve one skill at a time. Use holistic coaching when you're focusing on the coachee's overall growth and development. There is a long-term focus, and the intent is to help the person develop as a whole.